DMT?
I tried. Yes, I have done it, but I didn't see any of the goofy shit that people say you see, like little gremlins running around and journeys and stuff. I did it. I did so much DMT, and I said, well, this is defective, so I got a DMT pipe, and I pounded it so hard that I felt like time was skipping as I was turning. But then nothing. It was instantly gone. I didn't get any kind of awareness of anything.
Huh.
It really annoyed me, actually. Now, when anybody talks about it, now I get so annoyed because I didn't have. I'll try it again, but I couldn't do it. I tried it a bunch of times.
Hold on a second. Did more time pass than you thought?
No, it felt just like I was moving hard through space. It felt like things weren't keeping up, but it was only for a moment.
It's like you were like clipping through reality.
Yeah, like sativa or whatever.
Frame rate's too low.
Salvia.
Yeah, the frame rate's.
I wish there was a
rate's
drug
too low.
that made lines at the DMT seem faster, or like all over the place. Like if you could just avoid waiting.
There are
that'd
drugs
be
that make the
great.
wait fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just weed.
There's a lot of those. But yeah, I would like to do DMT. Now you smoked it out of what looked like a crack pipe, I guess. You had some little granules.
Yeah, I did a crack pipe, and I had to go at I went to a gas station to get a liquor store to get a crack pipe at 10:30. I was already drunk. I've never been looked at like that before in my life.
Yeah,
it was the first crack pipe I ever bought. I did it out of that.
Like you were drunk. I highly doubt this.
No, I was low, like a crack addict. Like I said, hey, do you have any oil pipes? And they're like, ooh. Like, no eye contact. This is in the barrio. Like, here you go, buddy. Get out of here. I did it on that. It was shitty. And then the vape pen too, which came highly recommended, but it just didn't fucking work for me.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go to is if you've done it out of a pipe. I hear they do them out of vapes. I've seen them done out of vapes. I've seen them do both ways. Like we do our monthly hangout with fans, $50 patrons down below. Link, go down there if you want to join us and watch some of this shenanigans that happen every month. Coming up in a couple of weeks. And there's a couple of guys who have done DMT there in front of us, and they go on some fucking journeys sometimes. It definitely more than what you're describing, like the drooling and fucking seeing all sorts of fucking like lights and going on a whole journey and stuff. Like I got the guy to close his eyes, do 3 hits, and then he was so suggestive. Like when I did that I was like, do you see gold lights? And he's like, now I do. And it's like, all right, well, and it's like, and you can sort of guide them through some space racer shit if you want to, or send them into a jungle or whatever you want to do. So that was neat. So I am curious about it, but acid is it's so similar but so different at the same time, because this DMT thing is supposed to be like this 15-minute trip that feels longer, but you're in and out. And then acid is like, buckle up, we're in for the night. Like this is it. This is what we're doing tonight.
Well, I'll try DMT again and let you know, but I would be very annoyed if I'm immune to it somehow. At first I thought, okay, so everyone's just lying about this. Like this is a thing everybody's doing as a joke on me. Yeah. Lying about DMT.
Yeah, because that's kind of what I think. Because people do that with mushrooms. People will act like mushrooms are going to make you see like a fucking cartoon character in the room with you or something. And it's like, dude, the colors are more saturated, all right? And I feel a little dizzy. And in my case, I had a panic attack, but that was because I was at a fucking Walmart. But but even with acid, lots of acid, I'm not seeing any fucking frogmen or anything like that. No. Everything's just beautiful, and I feel silly.
So even on a bunch of acid, you're not imagining whole cloth something new in your vision.
No. I'm seeing distorted versions of what is actually there.
Is there a level of acid where you will see that? Just fully construct existence of people.
I don't think that it makes sense for someone to take that much more acid than I took. I took 4 hits and I saw about as much as I think you're going to see while you're conscious anyway. Now, maybe if you're unconscious on acid, that's interesting. Do your dreams take upon some sort of new, more powerful version? That's interesting to kind of think about.
So basically, I know you've tried shrooms also.
Yeah.
Acid just a million times better in every way.
Oh yeah. First of all, you've got to power down the shrooms, unless you're drinking them. There's a lot of ways to do it. I'm aware of people, but I always ate straight up mushrooms and that sucks. But with acid, you're putting this tiny little piece of paper that's a square on your tongue, and I mean tiny, tiny. Like it's hard to grab it correctly sometimes, and it tastes like nothing. It doesn't make you feel nauseous in any way. Like you're not hungry. You don't have a loss of appetite. You're just you. But now we're about to go and have a little fun. Everything's silly and funny, and everything looks squiggly.
Isn't it? I always heard like it's weird to eat on acid.
It's disgusting. It's like you can feel the molecules ripping. I can't even think about eating food on acid.
So we planned what like the all right, we're gonna do acid now. So what are we gonna eat? And I was like, I want a maple donut with bacon on it, and that's what I ate that night for dinner. I had a maple bacon donut, and it was so fucking delicious on acid. I was like, y'all fucked up. Y'all fucked up. And Fish was like,
then you're the weird one, because like everyone I've heard talking about acid is like, oh, I can't possibly eat on acid.
I can't at all.
Everybody
think
ate on
about
it.
What if the food was more like homogenous? Like I don't know, like an orange juice or something that was just even in the same all the way through.
I don't know. It's like the concept of chewing through something seems totally disgusting to me on acid. I'll eat a couple chips, I guess, but maybe it's a meat thing.
Peanut butter on a spoon or chips. Yeah, something that doesn't have lots of texture and variety.
So meat is gross on acid?
Yeah, well, the thing with acid confuses the senses. It swaps all your senses around. So it's weird thinking of taste in when you're high anyway. At least for me it is. It's not quite the same. It doesn't work the same. Like you don't think of a big hamburger like, oh, delicious, I can't wait to bite in. It's more like that's a foreign. I suddenly don't understand what it would be to eat that hamburger.
Like you're it's just disconnected. You don't understand what it would be like to eat.
Yeah. Yeah, and then your head fills in the blanks. Like, well, maybe it would be like, what is that I'm doing? I don't enjoy it. I try not to eat.
That's interesting.
I'll eat right at the beginning, but not in the middle.
I was right in the middle. I've only done it the one time though. Had a great time. Everything was beautiful. Everything was funny. That was fun.
Well, some people say not that they don't have sex on it either. That it eliminates their sex drive, and it is the most indescribably amazing sex I've ever had in my life. Every single time.
I was thinking like when I took it, I was like, I want to fuck on this now. I want to see what that's like because like marijuana like helps sex so much, and it's just like this is like super. Like, it reminds me a lot of marijuana without like the dopey kind of part. It's more of the like euphoric, silly kind of part. I was just laughing my ass off at just about everything, and even if some of it wasn't that funny. But even the stuff that was funny, it would be like that contagious laughter where like even after you're done, you think about it again and you're like, oh, you're just like rolling again. That's just thinking about it. And you look at your buddy and he just starts like smirking and laughing, and like now you can't stop smirking and laughing. It was just you had the giggles for fucking 6 hours or something like that. It was fun.
I did. I went to this show in Chicago. My friend Carl had a comedy show, and I got everybody to drop a half a tab of acid and go to this White Sox game. So it was 3 comedians at a stadium, a baseball game where the clientele it's like the scummy version. It's the scummy team in Chicago. It's not the Cubs. It's like the fancy team, but the White Sox is like guys with shirts, guys wearing like with dyed white hair. Everybody's fatter than hell. So we're walking around watching fights break out in the stands that dogs are getting dragged in on, ripping on everybody for like 5 hours. It was one of the funniest days of my life because we were all on. It was great. I would